everybody, and what's up? It is me, the King, Caleb Coho, back again for another episode of Fandom Fight here in our team's division. This is the last round one matchup that we have before we get into the second chance bracket, and this is a big one. This decides, depending on who wins or loses, depending on the loser and the amount of points they put up, they could indeed push you, my co-host Tim Smith, off the second chance bracket. How does that make you feel?
It's interesting to see. It's going to be fun to see if they're up to the challenge to do it. There's been a lot of good teams so far, such as the Silver Shamrocks, who have lost and had great outings, Pat out of hell. It's going to be interesting to see how both these teams do, the camaraderie between them, because this is a first-time team, and two people that have had a long history on the other team. It's going to be interesting to see if they can cooperate.
Oh, absolutely. Today we have the usual suspects. It's really weird. We have two teams that were put together by the fandom heads themselves because we needed two more teams to play in this tournament, and that is the usual suspects of Jake Maringoni and Dominic Rizzi, and the odd couple of Malcolm Lay and Subrath Sharma, and this is going to be an interesting one. The magic number here tonight to look out for is 46% inaccuracy. So that's the magic number for tonight. But I'm done talking about magic numbers and matchup people. I'm done talking entirely. It's time for our pre-match promos, and let's see what the competitors have to say right now.
So here we are. Kane decided he wanted to be Mike Kalinowski and throw a bunch of teams together. And he threw me my long-time rival. But, I mean, I think we could work together. I mean, I know his nose is DC. And yeah, so, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Any thoughts, Subrath?
I mean, we've been together, and across from each other's, we always fight against each other, of course. But this time we have to join forces and kick these two unknown wannabes who, I mean, I have no idea who they are, but they're supposed to be good. So let's just see what they got.
Well. Look what we have here. Someone who's in the fandom teams. I didn't really think that I was going to be in fandoms. I'm not really that kind of person, and I didn't really was excited to be in fandom teams. But then Kane said, "Hey, this Dominic kid, do you want to team up with him?" And I had just played him in Full Metal Geek, and he absolutely impressed me. In that match, actually, Malcolm was also in that match, and I guess technically I had more points than him. So by that logic, me against Malcolm, I'm still 3-0. So when we decided to team up, I thought, okay, this is going to be a good pairing. He's an upcoming rookie, and I'm the points record holder. So we're going to have good chemistry. We have different strengths, which is going to help us. I mean, he's really good in Harry Potter, he's good in Lord of the Rings, and he's really specific in certain categories. I got scores and soundtracks. I got movie release dates. I can really help out with certain other categories. So really, we're just the perfect match. I mean, when the guy in Casablanca says round up the usual suspects, he's talking about us, because that's just how good we are at trivia. So Dominic, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, all I have to say to bounce off you, Jake, is, yeah, you're right. We're both good in movie trivia. Also, not to throw my own teammate under the bus or everything, but like I said, I just got thrown this team out of the blue, and I've already beat all three of these guys in matches of my own. So, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good tonight is all I'm saying.
That's confidence right there, not cockiness, confidence. And that's exactly what I want.
There's a difference, people.
Well, there you have it. Subrath and Malcolm talking about joining forces after fighting each other for so long, and the usual suspects showing us why they are the usual suspects and why they are a team. But with that, Tim, what do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting with, like I said, with Malcolm and with Subrath. They both have their strengths. It's going to be interesting to see how well they play off of them. The same thing with Dominic and Jake. It's going to be interesting to see how well they play off. Both of them seem very, and I'm going to say the word, cocky. I have teamed with Jake before. I know how his cockiness can get. So we'll see if this is a good pairing with it, or it could be a train wreck. But, I mean, the same thing with either one of these teams. So it's going to be interesting to see how well they can feed off of each other, and how well they can get the upper hand on their opponents to really play into this.
Absolutely. And with that said, I think we should just properly introduce our players. Introducing first, making their Fandom Fight Team's debut, they are Malcolm the Crusher Lay and the politician Subrath Sharma, the Odd Couple. And their opponents, also making their Fandom Fight Team's debut, they are Jake the Maestro Maringoni and the movie nerd Dominic Rizzi, the usual suspect. All right, gentlemen, round one is going to work like this. This is our regular whiteboard round. You've all played before. You know how it works. 10 questions from 10 predetermined categories of the dealer's choosing, and they're worth 1 point apiece. And you cannot confer between teams you're playing for your team. If any person on your team gets a perfect first round, that is a perfect first round for that player, and they will get a bonus question. Pretty standard stuff. You have 3 repeats for the entire match and 1 challenge rule. Any questions?
Nope.
All right, then let's get right into it with your first question, coming from the MCU. Who plays Ivan Vanko in Iron Man 2?
Started off with a nice softball there.
Absolutely, guys. Start him off with a bit of a softball and see where it goes from there, you know?
Yeah. I shouldn't have any, but, whatever.
Well, all right then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Dom.
Mickey Rourke.
That is correct for a point. We'll go to Malcolm.
Mickey Rourke.
That is also correct. Go back to Jake.
Mickey Rourke.
That is correct. And Subrath for the clean sweep.
Mickey Rourke.
That is correct. Clean sweep in the first question.
Oh, sorry. The second question comes from the category of, God, I'm paying attention to the accuracy because now I'm really nervous with this match. Your second question comes in the category of Disney. Your question: what Disney film follows the character of Jim Hawkins in an interstellar adventure?
Personal favorite of mine. Character of Jim Hawkins, interesting one.
Yeah.
And, I think there are a lot of Disney movies that go under the radar that aren't loved enough, aren't looked at enough, and want to give them a little bit of love on this show.
Honestly, I always confuse this one with the other one I love with. I think you know which one I'm thinking of, but I don't want to say.
I'm not sure, but I'll let you say it after we count them down. 5, 4, 3, 2. And 1. Pens down. We'll start with Subrath on this one.
Treasure Planet.
That is correct for 1 point. We'll go over to Jake.
I'm still here. Treasure Planet.
Beautiful vocals. We'll go over to Malcolm.
Treasure Planet.
That is correct. And we'll go over to Dom.
Treasure Planet.
That is also correct. Still perfect. Going into the third question, which is in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for Brave?
Yeah,
Brave,
from the last one, I always confuse it with Atlantis.
Oh, Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
Because I love both of those, but I always confuse them.
Very similar in style and narrative structure. However, very different subject matter.
Oh yeah.
Always preferred Treasure Planet to Atlantis. All right, but Brave. I think this is one of the worst Pixar movies.
And you love to talk about it.
I do. I think it's a very half and half film. The first half is all right. The second half is plain terrible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Dom back again on this one.
Is it Michael Giacchino?
That is incorrect. We'll go to Malcolm.
I thought the same. I thought it was Michael Giacchino.
It is not. We'll go to Jake.
I was between 2 names. Is it Patrick Doyle?
Patrick Doyle is correct for a big point for the usual suspects. And Subrath.
I put Akiva Goldsman.
That is a screenwriter, not a composer.
Yeah.
But nice try.
Mine.
With that, Jake Marangoni is the only one with a perfect match first round going here.
All right. Let's see if he can keep that going with the next question coming in the world of Marvel. These are movies outside the cinematic universe. Who is revealed as Uncle Ben's true killer in Spider-Man 3?
Just watched this movie again recently on Netflix. Still a hot piece of garbage.
Oh, yes. I never laughed so hard in my life on a rewatch of a Marvel movie.
It has promise going into it, and there's a lot of moments where I'm like, yikes, that's not great, but it can still rebound. And by the time we get to the dance hall scene in the singing bar,
there's no chance in hell.
And the fact that Venom doesn't show up until the last 30 minutes is really, really, really awful.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3. If anyone wants to say The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is worse, you're completely wrong. 2, 1.
It is worse.
Hence,
but-
it is not. It is not. It is, in fact, in my opinion, one of the better Spider-Man movies. And we're going to start with Jake Marangoni.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is worse. Flip Marker, aka the Sandman.
That is correct for a point. Go over to Malcolm.
I just put Sandman.
That is correct as well. We'll go back over to Don.
Yeah, I was about to write Kane Markov for his actual name, but it's the Sandman.
That is right. And we'll go over to Subrath.
Sandman.
That is a clean sweep.
Would you have accepted Enter Sandman?
No, even not.
No, but very good song.
Which never says the words "Enter Sandman," Sandy. So, yeah.
All right,
We'll
move on to the next question.
We'll move on to the category of Pixar movies. What was the first Pixar film to not be nominated for an Oscar? Pretty interesting shakeup, a little change-up. Definitely a bit of a head scratcher here. But I was doing Pixar research today and stumbled upon this little tidbit and thought this would be a good question trivia.
Yeah, but we have an Oscar star among us here, so he might get it.
Maybe. It's a very big possibility, and I'm going to stop mumbling. 5, 4. I feel like I'm William H. Macy in Fargo. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Dom.
Is it A Bug's Life?
It is not A Bug's Life. Malcolm.
Was it Cars?
It is not Cars. Jake.
Was it Cars 2?
It was indeed Cars 2. Yes. And Subrath.
Cars 2.
Oh, Subrath picking up that big point for them. It was indeed Cars 2.
You were carrying us around, my God.
Cars was nominated. Cars was nominated for Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song, and A Bug's Life was nominated for Best Original Score.
That's what I was about.
All right.
Your next question comes in the realm of DC. Movies outside the newly formed worlds of DC because, that's going to save your franchise. But your question is, what horror legend directed Swamp Thing? And I will bring this up every time. Just because you change the name of your shitty movies, it will not change your movies.
Tim, you got cut off there a bit. Could you repeat that?
Yeah. In DC, what horror legend directed Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing, another one of those that when you think DC, you don't think this movie.
No.
But,
and it's one of those I don't think needs a remake.
I definitely think it does, just because I don't think this property is one that should be left untouched for too long. 5.
Let the old monsters lie.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Malcolm.
Was it John Carpenter?
It was not. We'll go to Jake.
Was it Wes Craven?
It was indeed Wes Craven, and he was still
the other
perfect.
one.
We'll go to Subrath.
Wes Craven.
That is correct. And we'll go to Dom.
Wes Craven.
It is Wes Craven, and it is 10-8. And Jake is still perfect as we get into our 6th question. 7th question, I am sorry. 7th question. Which comes in the wizarding world.
Uh-oh.
What spell, when cast, causes agonizing pain?
And it's not pressing play to watch these movies.
I'll appreciate that joke because I too have only seen Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. We're gonna watch these soon, Tim. I promise. We're gonna watch.
I know. I gotta go pick them up Wednesday.
We just gotta get them.
Have them.
We're going to 5 and to 4.
We'll do a watch along, Caleb. We'll do it together.
We will. We'll do it right here on the channel every week. 3, 2, 1. Hands down. We're gonna start with Subrath.
Sectum Semper.
What was that? Sorry.
Sectum Semper.
That is incorrect. We're gonna go to Dom.
It is the Cruciatus Curse, Crucio.
That is correct.
Nice, Dom.
We're gonna go to Malcolm.
It is Crucio the Cruciatus Curse.
That is correct. And Jake.
No, I didn't have it. I had Avada Kedavra.
And the Russian is cut. The Russian is cut. No perfect rounds today.
I mean, death is very painful. So I mean, I'll give you that.
That's the second thing. If I know the scene
Incorrect.
inherently
Avada
double
Kedavra
fire,
delivers a painless death, Malcolm.
Yeah.
I will take Dominic's word that it is a painless death. And we're gonna go.
We'll see if it's painless when we do the watch-alongs for him, Caleb. All right, your next category comes in Star Wars, and your question: what planet do Rose and Finn travel to in order to find the Master Codebreaker in Star Wars: The Death of a Franchise? I mean, The Last Jedi. I'm sorry.
You know, your hate for this movie is a little unwarranted, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's not, because, it's not a good movie.
Thank you.
It's okay.
It's not.
Thank
It's
you.
one of the most sloppily written movies I've ever seen.
Our comment section is arguing over that right now. Thank you, gentlemen. We're gonna give you.
We're speaking in a civilized manner and not lashing out at the actors on Twitter.
Absolutely. 5, 4, A New Hope. 3, Revenge of the Sith. 2, Attack of the Clones. 1, The Phantom Menace, and 0,
I'm
Pens
so
Down.
proud of you. Congratulations. I'm so
We're gonna
proud of you.
start with Malcolm.
Canto Bite.
That would be correct. If my marker would actually give you the point, we'll go to Jake.
The spelling's so terrible, but it's Canto Bite.
Yep, that is correct.
You are right about the spelling, too.
We'll go to Subrath.
I don't have it.
All right,
I'm trying
and
to forget
Dom.
that movie.
Canto Bite.
That is also
Nice.
correct. And it is now 13-10.
Yep.
As we get into our penultimate 9th question, which comes from the worlds of DC, formerly known as the DCEU. What is the name of the anti-hero that Rick Flag brings on the mission to watch his back in Suicide Squad?
And the answer is not Harley Quinn.
I don't think you would have Harley Quinn watch your back. Just,
Well, if you listen to Harley,
well, the Joker is always a good option to watch your back before he puts a knife in it. 5, 4, 3,
I always wondered how that would work with the Thing.
1. That's a weird topic to bring up. 1, pens down. we're gonna swing on over to Subrath on this one.
Katana.
That is correct. 4 points. We're gonna go over to Jake.
Should cut you all in half like mowing the lawn. Katana.
We're going to Malcolm.
Katana.
That is correct. And Dom.
This is Katana. She's got my back. I would advise not getting killed by her. Her sword traps the souls of its victims.
I was waiting
Beautiful
for that.
delivery of execution there.
I was waiting for it, and we're moving to our final question, Tim.
All right, this question is brought to you by everyone's favorite spy, James Bond.
Good. Yes.
Your question. James Bond teams up with the lone survivor of the destroyed Russian research center to stop the hijacking of a nuclear space weapon. In what movie? Don't worry, Caleb. I'll finish the question even though you didn't.
Thank you.
You could have stopped halfway through the sentence and I still would have got the answer. I think you gave too many hints.
I wrote this very quickly at 2 in the morning. And I forgot the question part of the question. So, shows how great I am at my job.
Were you busy watching The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I was actually busy watching The Good Place, which is a great show to binge on Netflix. If you just have 20 minutes.
Oh, I have got to watch that still. I hear good things though.
I visited the set of it while I was at Universal Studios. Really cool, and I loved the show so far.
Oh, that's the one you hit. Okay.
4. Well, actually, I saw a few sets. I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 3, and I saw Psycho 2, and I saw War of the Worlds 1. And I saw one more set that I completely forgot. But we'll talk about it later. Oh, Superstore. Pens down. Let's start with Dom.
Is it Moonraker?
It is not Moonraker. We'll go to Malcolm.
I also thought it was Moonraker.
It's not Moonraker. Jake?
Second best Bond film, GoldenEye.
It is GoldenEye. And we'll go to Subrath.
I put Moonraker in.
Everyone thought it was Moonraker. Jake, the only one coming away with that one. And it is
honestly, I should have known that.
It is 16-12 coming out of round number 1. High-scoring game. Can Usual Suspects break the team's point record? We'll see going into round number 2, which works like this. You're just going to get a chance to spin the wonderful wheel brought to us by WheelDecide.com. Each slice has 5 questions from it. So when you spin the wheel and you land on a slice that you like, you're going to get those 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. If you don't like the category you spin, though, you can spin again, but you're stuck with whatever you get. If you are unsure of the answer to the question, you can go to multiple choice, but it devalues the point down to worth 1. Any questions?
Nope.
All right, Usual Suspects, you are in the lead. So you get to decide whether you'd like to go first or defer to the odd couple.
First.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I want to go first. I always like to go first.
Okay, yeah, let's go first.
All right, Usual Suspects, you are going first, and here are the categories on the wheel for you. You have DC, Wizarding World, MCU, Pixar, Marvel, James Bond, Star Wars, and scores and soundtracks. And your spin is away, and it lands on the Wizarding World. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Jake, I can take this one if you need, if you want, but if you don't want,
you're really confident in Wizarding World.
I am so confident in Wizarding World, you have no idea.
Okay, let's do it.
I will get so many points here.
All right. The Wizarding World is what will be taken by the Usual Suspects.
Just be careful, Dominic, because Malcolm, if you miss one for whatever reason, Malcolm's going to get it.
You got it.
All right, your first question in the Wizarding World. What is the only Harry Potter film where Voldemort does not appear?
That's Prisoner
You're talking in any percentage, right? No Horcruxes, no flashbacks, no nothing, right? If so, it's Prisoner of Azkaban.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Yeah.
All right,
the only one I'll know.
Your second question. What spell did Harry teach first to Dumbledore's army?
Expelliarmus. Final answer.
That is another 2 points for the Usual Suspects. And your third question. Who plays Narlac in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
Ron Perlman. Final answer.
Another 2 points.
I thought it was Ron Perlman as well.
Your fourth question.
That's great, Jake.
Where was the graveyard in which Hogwarts student Cedric Diggory was killed at the end of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire?
Oh, it's the Riddle House, the Riddle residence.
Is that your final answer?
That is final answer, yeah.
That is incorrect. Malcolm, a chance for a 2-point steal.
Oh, shit. I can't.
Oh, you meant the town! Fuck! Fuck! God damn it, I do know the answer. I just fucked up the location.
So good.
I can't remember the location either.
Subrath and Malcolm, do you have any answer? No?
No.
I don't have it. Malcolm.
All right.
The answer is Little Hangleton, right?
It is Little Hangleton.
Fuck! God damn it. I thought you meant like the house, the specific location, not the town.
And it's all right. Your final question of round number 2. During the tales, 5 in round 2.
Yep.
During the tales of the 3 brothers, who blocked the brothers from passing the bridge?
Oh, Death. Final answer.
2 more points.
Jeez.
And it is
my partner right there.
I know my fucking Harry Potter.
It
Because
is.
Tim, guess what? They are great movies.
I had round 1. You had round 2.
It is 24-12. An odd couple is now going to get a chance to spin the wheel here in round number 2. Wizarding World being off the table. Your spin is in, odd couple, and it lands on James Bond. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Yeah, spin again.
Yeah, spin again.
All right, you're stuck with whatever you land on this time, and you land on, well, you get a free spin because that is the Wizarding World free spin.
Free spins for everybody.
And it is player's choice.
Goddamn
What would the odd couple like? Your options are DC,
Let's go DC.
MCU, Pixar, Marvel, James Bond, Star Wars,
Yep.
scores and soundtracks.
DC.
All right, DC it is. Tim, would you ask them their questions in DC?
Gladly. All right, gentlemen, your first question in the lovely world of DC. Who directed The Losers?
I don't remember this movie, do you?
Chris Evans is in it, though.
Yeah, should we go multiple choice?
Yeah, let's just go.
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Mark Webb, B, Jonathan Heisley, C,
Hensley.
Martin Campbell, shut up, D, Sylvan White.
B sounds like, I think it's B.
Is that your guys' final answer?
If you're confident, go for it.
B, final answer.
That is incorrect.
It's D, final answer.
What'd you say, Jake?
D, final answer.
That is correct for a 1-point steal.
Good for you. I was going to say Joe Carnahan, and then like, nope, Joe Carnahan directed the A-Team that year, not the
Yeah,
Losers.
that's what he's saying that.
Both underrated movies, though.
Yeah, I like The Losers.
I like both those.
All right, gentlemen, your second question. What two DC films were released in 1989?
Well, one of them is Batman. Was there a Superman movie that year?
No, I don't think so.
Should we go multiple choice to sort of narrow it down?
Yeah, sure.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, Batman and Superman, or Batman and Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Sorry about that. B, Batman and Return of the Swamp Thing. C, Batman and Supergirl. Or D, Batman and Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh,
Master of Phantasm, I think.
No, Master of the Phantasm was in the 90s.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Batman and Supergirl. Final answer.
So no, don't say final answer yet. Because Supergirl was released in 1984. This is 1989. So it should be Quest for Peace or Swamp Thing.
We'll go Quest for Peace then, if you're sure.
Is that your final answer now?
Yeah.
Jake and Dominic, a chance for a 2-point steal.
So in that case, it's Batman and the Return of the Swamp Thing. Final answer.
That is correct for a 1-point steal. I had to stop myself there. Your third question, gentlemen. What Marvel actor voices Kilowog in Green Lantern?
I'm trying to pretend that movie never existed, but so should we go multiple choice?
Yeah, let us go there.
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Eric Bana, B, Ian McKellen, C, Michael Clark Duncan, or D, Idris Elba.
Oh, I think it might be Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, I think it's Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, Michael
Let's
Clark
go
Duncan,
see.
final
Final
answer.
That is correct for a point.
That's a big point for them right there.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see if they can keep this going with their their fourth question. What college did Bruce Wayne attend in Batman Begins?
Any idea, Subrath?
No idea.
Multiple
deep,
choice.
That's a deep.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, UCLA, B, Metropolis State University, C, NYU, or D, Princeton?
I think it's Princeton. I have a feeling that's Princeton.
Yeah, Princeton, final answer.
That is correct for one more point. Helping them get back up there. All right, gentlemen, your last question in DC.
I will point this out. They need to get 2 to stay in the game on this one.
All right. Yeah, must hit for them. Your question. In Watchmen, who played the original Silk Spectre?
I've not seen Watchmen.
It's Caraguccino. Final answer.
2 points, and we are going
Nice.
to round
Subrath,
number
you
3.
snake. You
It is
snake! Slither that in.
That's pretty
the end of
was
round
pretty
number
fucking
2. The
Props,
usual
Subrath.
suspects have 26. The odd couple have 16. And this is just heating up as we get into round number 3, which works like this. You are each going, there are 5 questions this round. You are going to hear the category and then send 1 player from your team to answer and bet between 0 and 2 points. You get the question right, you get the points. If you get it wrong, you lose the points. And we will go until we have a winner. If we have one team's been mathematically eliminated, or if someone reaches 0, which is the Jim and Nico rule, I doubt we will reach 0 at the end of this one. But with
There's
that
no way in
being
hell we'll
said,
reach 0.
but with that being said, your first category, gents. Any questions before we start round 3?
Nope.
All right.
No.
Your first category is scores and soundtracks.
You want me to take it, Don?
Yeah, you can take this one.
All right. Jake, you're
Do you
taking
want to-
usual suspects.
Do you want to take this, Subrath?
Score and soundtrack. I mean, no. That's just not risk it.
I'll take it. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right. So it's Malcolm and Jake. How many points are you going to bet on scores and soundtracks when you're in round 3?
How many do
I'm
you
gonna
want
be-
that, Jake?
1
I'm gonna
with
be at
Malcolm.
I'm just going 1 because we've got a point. We've got a really good lead.
Yeah.
All right. 1 for both teams. And your question in scores and soundtracks is, who composed the score for Toy Story 2? Toy Story 2, the beloved Pixar sequel.
Very beloved.
All right, 5, 4, 3. Doing my best impression of a AM radio talker. 2, 1. Hands down. We're going to start with Malcolm. How many? What is your answer?
I know Randy Newman did the song, but I put Danny Elfman to the score.
That is incorrect for a loss of a point. And Jake.
That would be the great Randy Newman.
It was Randy Newman for 1 point. It is now 27 to 15.
Your category to bet your points on is DC. How many points are you going to bet for DC?
It's always the occasional
You're
one that I
welcome.
don't get. Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll give them a few seconds to figure out their betting numbers. And I'm going to go to Subrath. How many points are you betting?
2 points.
Dom.
1 point.
All right, playing it safe. Tim, what is their question?
All right, your question in DC. What is Catwoman's real name in the movie Catwoman?
Catwoman is a
Bad movie.
Catwoman is a really
Deserving
awful,
of that Razzie.
very deserving of that Razzie.
Could you repeat that question, please?
That will be the first repeat for the odd couple.
All right, the repeat of that question. What is Catwoman's real name in the movie Catwoman?
Done.
All right, Dom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is your answer?
Patience Phillips.
That's 1 point for the usual suspects. And Subrath.
Patient Phillips.
That is a big 2 points for the odd couple. It is 28 to 17. There is still the opportunity of a 12-point swing, and there's 11 points. So they're still going. Your third category is Pixar How many points would the teams like to bet on Pixar, and who will be taking the question?
Jake, I can take this one, and fuck it, we'll say 2 points. Yeah, I got it.
I reckon they take it easy because we're still with that lead. I mean, they're not going to really take much of a lead if they kick off 2 points.
How confident are you?
All right.
Dom is taking Pixar. Who's taking it for the Odd Couple? I mean,
How confident are you of Pixar, Subrath?
I'm not that good with Pixar.
I'll take it then. I'll take it.
all right, Malcolm and Dom. How many points are you betting on Pixar?
I'll bet 2.
All right, and Malcolm.
I'm going to play it safe because, yeah.
All right, with
One.
Dom betting 2, this is a very interesting scenario. Your question in Pixar. What is Sully's full real name in Monsters, Inc.? I only need first and last. I don't necessarily need the middle initial. But if you want to include it, cool.
We got this. We got this. You got it, Dom.
Oh yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
All right. This is a must-hit for the Odd Couple.
Oh yeah.
If
Very
the
much
usual
so.
suspects hit this, it is over by technical knockout. If the
Yep.
Odd Couple hits this, and the usual suspects, if the usual suspects hit this at all, it is over by way of technical knockout. If the Odd Couple hit this, and the usual suspects miss, we still have a game because it will be 18 to 26. The usual suspects do need to miss this for the game to continue. So,
Yes.
Repeat.
all right, Malcolm's using his repeat. That is the second repeat for the Odd Couple, and your question is from Pixar. What is Sully's full real name, first and last, in Monsters, Inc.? This is, as I was saying, a good movie and cool character. John Goodman putting on a good performance.
Oh yeah. John Goodman always gives good performances, whatever role he's in.
Can't believe he hasn't won an Oscar.
I know.
Never been nominated either.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he hasn't even been nominated.
Should have won for Big Lebowski. Should have won for.
Oh, brother, where art thou?
10
Should've won for
Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
Or Ruth, I should say. Is it Babe Ruth?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Ruth,
Count
it was,
down
yeah.
5,
He played a biopic.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And Fred
10
Flintstone.
down. We're gonna start with Malcolm.
Is it Jake P. Sullivan?
Go over to Dom.
James P. Sullivan.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, the usual suspects. And a new team points record of 30
That's my man.
points. Jake now has both points records. This is huge match for the usual suspects. Tim, what were your thoughts?
Very good match. Of course, I kept up close with this one, being the stipulations and going to math throughout the whole thing. RJ, we're fucked. But
we'll look at it. We'll look at it. But let's go talk.
My math is never wrong. I am better than an Asian calculator. But a very good match. Great win by the usual suspects with Jake and Dominic just tearing it through. Did great in round 1. Round 2, Dom just tore through. He kind of kicked himself with that one question, but and in round 3, they really didn't need to do that much. So very dominant performance, very scary performance. And the Odd Couple, went fighting all the way through to the very last. It's sad to see them lose this one, but they had a great effort, and I'm sure we'll see them back.
Absolutely. Do you want to take them into post-match interviews, Tim, while I do some work here at the desk?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what you do, but yeah, sure. All right, let's go to post-match interviews with our winning team, the usual suspects, Jake and Dominic. I do want to ask this first question to Jake because I've known him a while for this. Jake, this has to be feeling really good. You've had many teammates in many different leagues. This has to probably be your best feeling with this, but give us the feeling of that big smirk I see on your face right now.
This is probably my favorite match. At least my favorite fandom match. I mean, I really enjoyed my match against RJ, where I also scored the points record in that match. But see, it's the thing about teams is that you just got to find that right partner, that will just chemistry. He's going to be that other jigsaw puzzle that just perfectly goes with you, and that is Dominic. And he absolutely proved himself today. That round 2 was absolutely insane. I knew only 1 or 2 of those questions. He knew everything. He was absolutely amazing. This is the partner. We are the team of the future. I have the points record in singles. I have the points record in teams. You cannot underestimate me now. We are here, and just wait, just a second. Hello? Oh, hey, Robert. Yeah, I just had the team match. Yeah, we won, of course. Yeah, we won. We broke the team points record as well. Yeah. Okay, well, you keep winning. Me and Dominic will keep winning. We'll see where that goes. Okay. See you, Robert. Anyway, the point is that we are here. Our next opponent is going to be. Who are we going up against?
You are going up against Truth About Chaos, who had just previously tied the points record. So we have a very, very dominant team going.
Who's on that team?
That is
that'd be
the
Matt
Truth,
Quayler
Thomas Eames.
and Thomas Eames.
Yep.
Okay.
Thomas Eames.
I have personal.
So more nobodies for us, Jake.
Absolutely. I mean, I have personal vendetta against Thomas for another reason in another league. I mean, he's technically beaten me twice, so I'm going to make sure that I can get this victory over him. But with you by my side, we're invincible. So I want to say thank you so much.
I mean, Jake, just to put it in perspective, we smashed these 2 tonight so badly, we scared Subrath off the camera. Like, good friggin' God, man.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was possible. I mean,
possible.
apparently we just proved something. Like, we already broke the team record, so, like, I guess we're just all about breaking team records today. Nah, this was a dope-ass match. I'm really happy I played tonight. Malcolm and Subrath, you both played really well, even though we did kind of, like, spank you guys really badly there at the end. What can I say? I fucking love Harry Potter. I love playing nerd shit. I've been saying this for the longest time possible. I've been a nerd way longer than I've been a movie geek, so that's why I tend to do better in the nerd leagues than I do in the movie leagues, but still... Whoever we're going up against, Thomas and whoever the other fucking guy is, all I know is we're going to smash them just like we smashed tonight, and we're going to keep smashing going forward.
Dominic is the future, so be careful because we're ready. We're coming. So everyone, we're real.
All right. Congratulations again to both of you. Jake, you finally have your smile back. Dominic, great performance. So we'll see you guys next time for your next opponent. And now we go to our unfortunate losers, which is only just one here, Malcolm. Malcolm, how you feeling after that match, man? I know it was a hard match for you.
I mean, it's pretty good. I knew going in that with Dom on a team was like it was really going to be hard. Like, and when they took like my category off the Real Wizarding Wheel, was like, oh fuck. I mean, because I had one chance for Steel. I just couldn't remember Little Hangleton. I had little whinging in my head, but then I read no, that's Dursley's house. So it's just one of those things. Like, Subrath helped saved our asses in the in DC. So I mean, and I knew that putting DC up there is like I knew he's at least strong in DC. So it was like we've got a category that's each of us' strength are up there. So yeah.
And I do have to ask, do you think there was another category slice other than Wizarding World that you guys probably should have gone with instead of going with that DC one, which it didn't seem to work out for you in that?
I mean, if we got Middle Earth, maybe we might have been able to fight a little bit, but a lot of the ones are ones that I know, but not confident enough to not have to go to multiple choice for either. So,
well, I do know. I'll wait for, of course, Caleb to confirm my stats because
I'm here to confirm.
Just like Rodney McKay and Stargate Atlantis, my math is always right.
I do want to come in here and right now to confirm you, Ranger Force is off the second chance bracket.
Wait! I just want to hear that one more time, Caleb. To what me?
Confirm you. Ranger Force is off the second chance bracket. The odd couple is now the we have our final four confirmed. The Odd Couple's locked in as the number 3 seed, coming in with a 50% accuracy. They
57.
are 57?
Yes, 57 if you do the math right.
Okay, well, all right. Well, 57% accuracy. They, regardless, have beaten Ranger Forces 46 in any capacity, will be the number 3, and will be playing Pat out of hell in the first round of the second chance bracket.
That's going to be a fun match.
This is it. And I can say now that Silver Shamrocks will be playing Killer Nerd Squad. Those will be the round 2 matchups. So I'll say this, Tim, you were saved from having to play Paulo Yama on teams.
More than anything, I just say this when it comes to math: bring up your best Asian, and I'll knock him the fuck down. Other than that, with trivia, yeah, I know my plays. Trust me, I'll just stick behind and producing and writing. But yeah, it was a great match with this. I mean, I do want to ask Malcolm, how are you feeling now that that's announced with Pat out of hell, with how they performed with their first match? How you looking going into that to try to come out with that win?
Probably study up on Disney a lot. They're very strong in Disney, but other than that, I'm just looking to go and have fun. Like I know Chris and Pat, they're part of Take 3 as well. I'm just going into a fun match. I mean, and I like to think they were going for fun as well. It was like I got no beef with them. They're in the wrong faction. They're in the Renegade Angels, but I mean, but yeah, it's going to be a fun match. So.
Oh yeah, and unfortunately, you couldn't come out with the victory today because I know you guys played your hearts out, and I wish you guys the best of luck on the next one. And for us here at the post match, that is it. So we'll throw it back up to our hosting chair.
All right. Well, we heard it there. Odd Couple will be playing Pat out of hell in the second chance bracket, and Silver Shamrocks will be playing Killer Nerd Squad in the second chance bracket, and the Usual Suspects will be playing Truth About Chaos in the second round. It's going to be a very intense, awesome fight. This puts Usual Suspects one match closer to the belt, and it's going to be very interesting to see them going forward. Jake Maringoni now holding the record for both points scored in a single game in both singles and teams, which I'm sure Robert Parker is just loving at the moment. But considering Jake Marangoni is one of the only face members left in Alpha Alliance at this point, I'm sure Robert would much rather it be Jake than Ryan or Kane at this point.
And I do love that he called Robert on the phone, or Robert and him were talking on the phone. That's just like the cherry on top. Of just like, yeah, we just got. Oh, you guys, yeah, we just destroyed that. Yeah, that's adorable, guys. We'll see you.
This is going to be very fun to tally up stats, and I'm sure that stock footage or the kid, whoever's doing stats at the end of the night, will have them coming up right next. But for right now, guys, that has been us at Multiplex with Fandom Fight. So I will take it over to our unfortunate losers, the Odd Couple. Malcolm, where can they find you?
You can find me on Take 3 Productions, where I host a show called Rankum. And the next episode they'll air, which hopefully this comes out before that happens, was Top 10 Simpsons episode, Simpsons characters. And also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Stardust at Malcor.
All right, our winners, the Usual Suspects. Jake Marangoni, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Pretentious Hacker P in the H Shop Caps. You can also find me on Facebook, and I'm also one of the heads of Movie Warzone. We are back into regular season. There's a couple of announcements that I'm not going to make right now. They're still being finalized, but we'll be announcing the number 1 contender match with Eli McCaig is in that number 1 contender match. We just need to figure out who his opponent's going to be, so look out for that. And I am also looking forward to what's happening with the title match, Multiplex, the Mayhem at the Multiplex. That's coming up soon. So everyone look forward to that. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, Dom. I hope today we proved that we are an ultimate team, and I'm looking forward to what we're doing next.
Oh, I think we did, Jake. I think we did.
Oh, and the movie nerd, Dominic, Rizzi, where can they find you?
First off, Caleb, just Thank you so much for finally getting my name right. I knew it wasn't that hard. I knew it was just going to take you guys a little bit of practice, but I knew you would get it eventually. You can find me on Twitter at Movie Nerd Reviews. You can follow me. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Movie Nerd Reviews. Also, Facebook, Dominic Rizzi. Instagram, at Dominic Rizzi. My website, letterboxd.com/Dom81797. And of course, you can find me here on all the movie trivia channels, that being Multiplex, Full Metal, Worldwide Movie Games, Jack of all trivia. Competing and smashing as per usual. And Jake, I know we're gonna take this to the top, buddy.
All right, and my host, co-host for tonight, TM Smith. Where can they find you?
Of course, you can find me here with Multiplex, keeping all these guys in line, helping out where I'm needed, keeping the ship on course. Find me in Movie Warzone, helping out there with, of course, Jake Maringoni, Jess Morgan. Helping Jim over in TV because, God, he needs all the help he can get. Sports, of course, we launched that, and we're getting ready to have our final match of the inaugural matches we're going to put on Mayhem Multiplex for you, the viewers. It's going to be really good, and we get back into our repeater matches for the rest of the season. And, of course, you can find me here helping you because God only knows where Kane ever goes. Now that he's back, he's gone more than when he was gone. So, of course, you can find me here with all that. Buy the T-shirts on TeePublic. Support your favorite players. Show your love for them. And that should be it. Caleb, you can take the rest in case I forgot anything.
All right, and you can find me at Caleb Coho. That is KALEBKOHO, because I spell it the way English believes it is. On Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me on YouTube, Caleb Coho, where I do music, Coho Productions, where I do a lot of film-related content. Took a bit of hiatus for finally back, and my movie Chick Part 2 is up on both channels right now. You can find it right there for free. What's not free is my album Shoot for Teams. It's my group The Flex, which you can find on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you consume your digital music. And I am one of the admins here at Multiplex Entertainment, and you can find me hosting Fandom Fight every Friday, Nerdgasm every Saturday, Multiplex Fantasy Football every Wednesday, and at the end of the month, Multiplex Let's Make a Movie, which I host with Kenneth Dillon and Jake Maringoni right over there. We'll be back with our next round of short films to show off. Hopefully, we have at least one to show off. But we're gonna be bringing that back very soon. You'll see what we've been working on, and we'll see if it continues in the future. It's all up to you guys. But yeah, this has been Fandom Fight Teams, and that has been The Odd Couple, Malcolm Lay, and Subrath Sharma, wherever he went. The usual suspects, Dominic, Rizzi, and Jake Maringoni. That has been my partner, TM Smith, and I have been Caleb Coho, and this has been Multiplex Entertainment Fantasy, or not Fantasy Football, that is Wednesdays. Multiplex Fandom Fight every Friday, and we will see you all next week.